Right, so I'll give you the word picture.
Okay.
Right, so my instructor who's gone off playing golf today.
Okay.
Lucky bird. And I've got my test in about 10 days' time, so he's just been running through the different subjects with me.
Okay.
And he said today he's just going to have a quick look at the emerging.
Right.
So that's T-junctions, turning left, turning right.
Okay.
Yeah? So if I hand it over to you, my name's Tony.
Okay. Hi Tony, my name is Manz.
Hello, how are you? Right,
nice
thanks
to
for
meet
filling
you.
in for my instructor today.
That's right. I understand he's off playing golf.
Yeah, he's got the same car as you, so I'm familiar with the controls.
Excellent. Okay. Just sorry, very quickly out of roll. Is this a phase 1 or a phase 2?
Phase 2.
Phase 2. Okay, that's fine. Right. So I understand you were going to do emerging from T-junctions with your instructor today.
Yeah, just been running through the different subjects before my test, yeah?
Excellent. Okay. Well, we'll have a look at that for you. Just a couple of quick questions. Are you familiar with the routine that you use on approach to junctions?
Yes, what level am I?
2, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, trained, yeah.
Let's have a go back. Okay. So tell me, Tony, what's the name of the routine that you use on approach to junctions?
Oh, the mirror signal position speed look routine.
Okay, that's good. And okay, I'm stuck. Help me out. What do I do? Go from here. What other questions would I ask? Let me think. Okay. What sort of speed do you use on approach to junctions when emerging left and right, Tony?
Oh, he said there's it depends on the junction. And he said some of them are open, some are closed, aren't they?
Okay. And what's the difference between an open junction and a cold?
The open one, I can get a good view right and left on approach, can't I?
Okay. So how do you think that would affect your speed?
Oh, sometimes I can come up at about 10 mile an hour and probably leave it in second gear and keep going.
Okay. All right. Well, look, let's have a go at getting you out on the road and doing some of these emerges.
All right, yeah.
And then if you do go wrong, I'll try and offer you my assistance as and when you need it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So if you can do your cockpit drill for me. Okay. Excellent. And just tell me what you can see. Okay. The way you adjusted your mirrors there, Tony, you was actually leaning forward. No, okay. It's phase 2. Phase 2. Okay. Tell me what you can see in your mirrors, Tony.
Yeah, why have you stopped? What was I doing when I was adjusting the mirror?
Well, you was leaning forward, but what I was going to do is I was going to wait for you to sit back and ask you what you can see in your mirrors, and then I was going to correct it there.
Oh, I can see the top of the back window, the bottom of the back window.
Okay.
And I can see the edge of my head restraint and the edge of yours.
Right, okay. Well, you might be able to see that at the moment, Tony, but the reason why you can see that is because you was actually leaning forward.
Oh,
the correct position for you to actually set up your mirrors is when you're in your normal driving position.
Oh, of course, I'm a plonker, I'm always doing that.
Yeah, so if you can just readjust your mirrors and just set them up properly. Yeah. So just tell me what you can see in your mirrors now.
Oh, I can see the top and bottom of the back window.
Excellent.
And I can see a bit of my head restraint, a bit of yours.
Okay.
I can see a bit more of mine than I can of yours.
Right, okay. And just tell me about your side mirrors. What can you see in there?
Oh, I can see the door handles, and I can see a bit of sky, a bit of road, and the same with that one.
Excellent. Okay, fantastic. All right, Tony, so if you can start up the car for me.
All right.
And then just move off in your own time.
And we're going to turn left.
And we're going to turn left at the end of this road, please, Tony. Okay, where should you be looking on approach to a junction, Tony?
Oh, both sides, isn't it?
Okay,
and we're going to turn left.
And we're going to turn left here, Tony. Okay, where are you going to be looking on approach here, Tony?
Oh, to the right and to the left.
Yeah?
Oh,
okay.
and ahead.
And ahead, yeah, of course you are. Okay. Okay. All right, Tony. So I noticed that as you went round that emerge, you was actually looking only over your right shoulder and you didn't even look towards the left. Why do you think it's important that we look in the direction that we're going as we come around the corner there?
I'm not too sure.
Well, the reason we need to look in the direction we're going is
because... we're going to turn left.
And we're going to turn left here. The reason we look in the direction that we're travelling is because we're looking for pedestrians and cyclists. What if there was a someone crossing in front of you and you didn't see them because you wasn't looking in that direction.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So it's really important that you look in the direction that you're steering.
I'll run them over, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And we're going to turn left.
And we're going to turn left here, Tony.
And at the end of the road, we're going to be turning right.
And at the end of the road, we're going to be turning right, Tony. Okay, what mirrors checks do you think you should be doing on approach?
Oh, interior mirror and right hand mirror, isn't it?
Okay, why is it important to check your interior mirror, Tony?
Oh, distance of speed, isn't it?
That's right. And why is it important to check your right hand mirror if you're turning right?
Well, for anybody's overtaking me, isn't it?
That's right. And what would you do if there was someone overtaking you?
Oh, I've got to let them go, haven't
That's right. Okay, I noticed you didn't actually check your mirrors there, so let's try and see. You obviously know the reasons why you should be checking them. What are the consequences of you not checking them, Tony? Your central mirror.
I won't know if there's anybody close behind me or not.
That's right. And what would the consequences be if there was someone close behind you and you weren't checking your mirrors, Tony?
Well, I wouldn't know how my signal's going to affect them, would I?
Exactly, and that you could possibly cause an accident.
Yeah.
That might go into back of you if you indicated too late. Okay. And similarly, what about the consequences of you not checking your right door mirror?
I wouldn't see anybody overtaking me, would I?
That's right. And what would the consequences of that be?
I might force them into that learning a driver.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we're going to turn right.
And then we're going to turn right here, Tony.
So you want to prompt me now, yeah?
Okay, so Tony, so I want you to check your central mirror.
All right, yeah.
For distance and speed,
Yeah.
and I want you to check your right mirror.
Yeah.
And then put on a signal.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
No, it wasn't, because I didn't do it, did I?
Yeah. That
Sorry?
wasn't it? Oh, you didn't check your mirrors. Yeah.
Right, so you're prompting me there.
Yeah.
When you say to me, check your interior mirror,
Yeah.
if I don't check it, say, come on, check it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah?
All right. Good.
Right? So did you not notice I didn't check it?
I thought you had a brief glimpse in it. So maybe that wasn't good enough. Okay. Fair enough. So let's do it on the next one.
And we're going to take the next turning to the right.
And we're going to take the next turning to the right, Tony. That's really good, because the way you're checking your mirrors on approach to this junction turning right is exactly how you should be checking your mirrors when emerging right. So there's a similarity there that you need to be aware of.
And we're going to turn right at the end of the road.
Okay, we're going to turn right at the end of this road, Tony. So check your central mirror for me.
All right.
Check your central mirror.
All
I
right,
can see you
yeah.
looking there. Okay, what are you checking here for?
Oh, distance of speed.
Okay, and check your right mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you checking your right mirror?
Oh, for anybody overtaking me. Innit?
Excellent. Okay, pop on a right signal, which you've already done.
Oh, I can do the signal.
Okay, excellent. Okay. So just explain to me, Tony, about the mirrors. Why is it important that you check your mirror, central mirror?
Oh, distance of speed, so
Okay.
I know what's happening behind me, yeah?
Okay, excellent. And what are the consequences of you not checking that mirror?
I won't know how my signal's going to affect somebody, yeah?
Exactly. And what about your right signal? Sorry, your right mirror. Why is it important that you check that?
Oh, that van behind me could be overtaking me.
Exactly. And what is the consequences of you not checking your right mirror, Tony?
I wouldn't know he's there, and I might force him into somebody coming around his bend, yeah?
Exactly. Okay, so I think you've got a good grasp of that, Tony, so I'm going to hand that over to you, but I will keep an eye on it.
Okay, right.
Okay, so I'll be checking to see how you get on with that.
And at the end of the road, we're going to be turning right, please.
Okay, at the end of the road, we're going to be turning right, Tony. Okay, Tony. So, can I just stop you there? Just hold on.
All right.
There's
yeah.
no cars
Yeah.
behind us. I just want to have a quick chat with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Just secure the car. Okay. Where should you be positioned? Where should you be positioned when you're turning right, Tony?
Oh, left of centre.
Left of centre. Okay. And just have a look out there. Whereabouts? How far away are you from the centre line?
Oh, I thought it was there.
Yeah, you're quite a way off, aren't you? Okay. So what I'm going to do is we've gone a bit far along here. What are the consequences of you being too far over on the left-hand side? You're too far off centre now. So what are the consequences of you being this far away from left of centre?
Oh, I can't remember now.
Okay, well the consequences are that you are actually in a position where you could actually possibly turn left rather than turn right.
Right.
So you're giving even though you've got your right indicator on, the people behind you might assume that you're actually turning left because you're so far over here and you've put your indicator on by mistake. So they might try and go round you, and if they try and do that and there's an oncoming car, you could cause an accident.
Oh, right.
Okay, and similarly with pedestrians around you, because you're so far over here, and if someone was crossing, they might mistakenly think that you're actually going in the opposite direction.
Oh, right.
Okay,
Right.
so we have got a car coming behind us now, Tony. So if I can get you to move off.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay, so what I want to do is I want to give you a reference point for finding left of centre, Tony.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hint, hint, take me on a quiet road.
Say?
I said hint, hint, take me on a quiet road somewhere.
And we're going to turn right.
And we're going to turn right at the next junction, please, Tony.
And Manz, at the end of the road, we're going to be turning right, please.
Okay, Tony, so we're going to be turning right at the end of this road, please. Okay, there's not many lines in here, Tony, but what you can see is that you've got some tram lines and stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so if you can just stop here for me.
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing behind us, I just want to have a quick chat to
Yeah.
you. So we're going to try and find... What a bugger.
Oh, I can see the line, yeah.
You can see the line?
yeah. Yeah.
You can see the giveaway line, but you
Yeah.
can't see the centre line, can you? How would I tackle that on this one?
Oh, I
'Cause
can
I wanted to give you a reference point.
I can imagine.
Okay, you can imagine it. Okay, so what I want you to do, Tony, is I want you to gently move. Okay, just hang on in this position for a little. Where are you indicating, mate?
We're
Why are
turning
you
right,
indicating?
aren't we?
Why? Yeah, well, you are. Sorry, cancel your signals. Just hang on. There's a
Oh,
car
I'm not
coming.
turning right now.
No, you are still turning right, but just hang on there for a little while because you're in a parked position and there was cars coming behind you, and I didn't want you to give them a false signal. Okay, right. So I want you to move forward for me, Tony, just gently, and I want you to steer towards you.
All right.
Steer towards me.
All right.
And straighten up the car.
All right.
Okay, and just imagine there was a centre white
Stop.
line. Stop there for me, please. Okay, imagine there's a centre white line coming through here. Where do you think it would be cutting into your
I'll be
dashboard?
about there.
About there. Okay, so that would be your reference point for staying left of centre.
All right.
It's important that you use that reference point for staying left of centre because if you were to cross that over on the other side, you would be in the path of oncoming traffic. So if there was a car turning down there,
Oh,
you'd
so
possibly
it's,
go
it's
into
just as bad to be too far to the right as this.
to the left.
To the
yeah,
left. Oh, right,
exactly.
yeah. Yeah.
So using that reference point, if you can just drive to the giveaway line for me,
right, yeah.
please. Okay. So this is your normal. This would be your normal position for turning right and emerging right out of a side road onto a main road. Okay. Good. So what are the importance of keeping to that reference point, Tony? What's the importance of having the correct position in the road when you're turning right, Tony?
No, you said if I was too far to the left, they might think I'm turning left.
Yeah. And if you're
And
too
if
far
I'm-
over to the right?
I'd be blocking the road, wouldn't I?
Okay, and what are the consequences of you being too far over to the left, Tony?
Well, they might try and overtake me, wouldn't they?
Yeah, and what about the
And,
consequences of you being too far over to the right?
Well, somebody might come flying around the corner and hit me, wouldn't they?
Absolutely. Okay.
So we're going to turn right.
We're going to turn right here, said Tony. So I just want you to talk me through how you're going to find left of centre
I'm going to line of that reference point you gave me.
yeah.
Yeah. It's about there now.
Okay. That's right. And why is it important that we line that reference point up, Tony?
Oh, so I'm not too far to the left.
Okay.
Because I'm too far to the left, people might think that I've just left my indicator on.
Okay.
And I might be turning left or stopping.
Okay.
And they might try and go past me.
Okay.
And then as I move away to turn right, I hit them, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
And
come on, pay attention to me. You're not worried about what's coming at the junction, are you?
Okay.
You're worried about there's
Sure.
nobody behind you.
Okay, sorry.
And if you're too far...
Too far, and if you're too far to the right, Tony, what are the consequences of that?
Oh, if somebody comes flying up to the corner, they might shoot around the corner and not be able to get in, or
Absolutely.
they might even hit me, yeah?
Okay, good.
And how am I judging it?
And how are you judging it?
I'm using that reference point you
You're
gave
using
me,
that
yeah?
reference point. Excellent, fantastic. Okay, so move off when you're ready. Okay, I'm going to hand that over to you, Tony, but I will be keeping an eye on it.
Alright.
Okay, was that on purpose?
No.
So I'll be keeping an eye on that for you, but I'll hand it over to you, and if it does crop up again, we'll address it.
Right.
Okay.
And at the very end of the road, we're going to be turning right, please.
And at the very end of this road, Tony, we're going to be turning right. Okay, Tony, where should your clutch be on approach to a junction? Which position should your clutch be in on approach to a
Oh, I
junction?
should go down just for a stop, shouldn't it?
It should do. You're doing two things there, mate. You're encroaching on the white line in the centre of the thing, and you're doing that. So you're doing two things.
Oh no, I'm just behind the white line.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
All right, okay. So just the clutch thing then. Okay. So, okay, I noticed that on approach to this junction, Tony, you were coasting. Do you know what coasting is?
No, I forget now.
Okay, coasting is basically when you let the car roll with the gears not engaged with the engine. Okay, so by pressing the clutch down, what you do is you disengage the gears from the engine, and that's quite dangerous because what you're doing is you cut out engine braking.
All right.
And it
we're going
means
to turn right.
and you're going to can we turn right at the next junction, please? And what it means is the car can ultimately pick up speed when you actually want it to slow down.
Yeah.
So that's really dangerous. So it's important to approach your junction in gear. Okay.
In gear.
In gear. Yeah, I think. Yes, it is absolutely. Okay.
And we're going to turn right.
And we're going to turn right here.
So I'm putting the clutch down too late then?
You're putting down the clutch down too early.
Too early?
Yeah, because you're actually coasting up towards the junction. You need to bring your clutch, put your clutch down just before you stop. So about a 1.5 car lengths away. So what I'll do is I'll guide you through this one,
And we're
Tony.
going to turn left.
And we're going to turn left here. So I want you to approach this junction, and I'll tell you when to put your clutch down.
Right.
So about now, Tony.
Alright, yeah.
Do you see the difference between when I told you to put the clutch down and when you put the clutch down? Okay. So just tell me, Tony, what are the dangers of coasting towards a junction?
I'm not really too sure, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, the dangers of coasting towards a junction is that your gears are not engaged. So if you had to take evasive action and your gears weren't engaged and you were rolling, and say a car came from the opposite side and you needed to speed up.
And turning left.
And turn left at this junction, please. You couldn't take evasive action, so you wouldn't be able to speed up the car. And also, remember that when we are approaching junctions, ultimately we want to slow the car down. And by coasting towards it, if you're especially if you're going down a hill or on a gradient, the car could pick up speed, and that's the last thing you want, because you want to be slowing the car down so that you can get better vision on approach.
All right. So if I was coming uphill to a junction, it doesn't matter.
It does matter, because the same rule applies. If you're coming uphill and the car is coasting, it's possible that you won't even make that giveaway line, and because the gears are not engaged, you won't have the power to actually get to the giveaway line.
Right, yeah.
So you might end up rolling backwards and rather than going forwards. So you might end up rolling backwards, which could be quite dangerous in itself, because you might have cars behind you and you could end up going into them. Okay, and you might not even make sufficient progress to actually reach the junction in the first place.
And we're going to turn left.
And we're going to turn left. So just tell me when you're going to put your clutch down on approach to this junction, please, Tony.
Well, I've got to go we're secure about now. So about now, isn't it?
About now, that's right, yeah, good. Excellent. Okay, Tony, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand that over to you.
Alright.
I think you've got a fairly good idea of how to put down your clutch and at what point to put down your clutch now. But we'll keep an eye on it just to make sure it doesn't crop up again.
And so we're going to take the next turning to the left, please.
And we're going to take the next turning to the left, please, Tony.
And we're going to turn left.
And we're going to turn left here, please, Tony.
And we're going to turn left at the end, please.
And we're going to turn left again at the end of this road, please, Tony. Okay, Tony. Whereabouts do you think you should be looking when emerging left?
Right ahead, left ahead, right.
Right, okay. I noticed that.
Left.
And we're going to turn left here. Okay, I'll just let you deal with this junction.
I can go there, can I?
Okay, Tony. Again, on this junction as well, where do you think you should be looking on approach when turning left?
I was looking everywhere, wasn't I?
You was
right ahead, left ahead, right.
Yeah, but you were paying a lot more attention to the the right-hand side than you were to the left. Okay.
And we're going to turn left.
And we're going to turn left here. What are the consequences of you not doing your observations correctly on approach to turning left, Tony?
Oh, you said I wasn't, just coming out of road. Are you saying I wasn't doing proper observations?
No, you were doing very good observations,
Yeah.
but you were taking very long to do them. So what are the consequences of you... Okay, hold on.
Yeah, so what's the error right there? What's the problem with that?
Well, you're spending too long waiting, weren't you? So
Yeah,
hesitation.
Hesitation.
Yeah. So...
So what's the question you should come in with?
You were leaving your observations too late.
Right, you've eventually spotted the what.
Yeah.
It's
So what are the consequences of you leaving your observations too late, Tony?
well, I haven't left the observations too late.
Well,
No, we're going to turn right.
okay. You haven't. No, you have. No, trust me, mate. You have.
I'll trust you.
Okay.
Right, I'm starting to look now.
Okay.
Right, ahead for pedestrians,
Yeah.
left, ahead.
Okay.
Got to be extra careful. The car coming there, yeah.
Oh, you're having a laugh. Okay. Well, it's good to be cautious, Tony. That's really.
Oh yeah, that's what my instructor said.
Yeah, it's good to be cautious, but what are the consequences of you taking too long to emerge?
If you're not too sure about how to handle this, why don't you get me to pull over here?
Yeah, Tony, let's pull over. That's a good idea. Find a nice, safe,
Yeah.
legal, convenient place and pull over for me. I'll try and see if I can get out of it, and then if I can't, then you can help.
Right, so we just have a little. Before you try and get out of that one,
Yeah.
the rest of it's very good.
Hmm.
You're spotting the what really well, yeah. And how come you're now coming back with the remedial, with the analysation and the remedial action? How come you're now actually coming back with that now, and you didn't do it on your test?
Because I've been doing a bit of a lot of practice.
Oh right, you need some work.
Yeah.
Right, so obviously you're a bit stuck on this one.
Yeah.
What's my problem? It's not my observations.
It's not your observations. You're doing very good, effective
Yeah.
observations. The thing is, there's a lot of hesitation there. So what you're doing is you're stopping at the giveaway line and you're looking left, you're looking right, you're looking ahead, and you're doing that a number of times, even when there's no cars coming. So what are the consequences of you taking too long to emerge when it's safe for you to emerge, basically, Tony?
Well, I'm going to pee people off, aren't I?
You are, exactly. Yeah. Okay. And what would be the consequences of you, sort of peeing people off? What actions could they take?
Well, they might try and overtake me and put me in danger, put themselves in danger, and
absolutely
put me in danger.
So the consequences of you taking too long to emerge is they might either go around the left side.
Right. Can I just move you back a step? Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Let's just say this is phase 1 emerging.
Okay.
Yeah. How would you teach me when it's safe to emerge?
Yeah,
exactly, yeah.
The rules, the rules.
Yeah, so you got to remember, anything within the mirror, signal, position, speed, look routine.
You got me, the rules,
Yeah, I can actually make an error in that, yeah?
I got you. So what, here it goes. Okay, so Tony,
yeah.
I noticed you were taking a long time to emerge from that junction there.
Yeah.
Are you, what rules do you use? Is there any rules that you use in order to judge whether it's safe for you to emerge from a junction?
I just know when to go.
You just know when to go,
I know when to go, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you were spending a lot of time at that junction, and the consequences of you waiting there for too long are that people might decide to overtake you.
All right.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll give you a rule that could help you when you're turning right, and that is that if you're turning right and you look on your left, if it's safe for you to walk across and walk back, then it's safe for you to join onto the emerging traffic. Okay? When you're turning right. And also, you're going to be cutting across the path of traffic coming from the right-hand side. And the rule that you use there is that if it's safe for you to walk across to the other side without getting the car to swerve or slow, then it's sufficient time for you to emerge.
So why do I need to be able to walk across and walk back again with the vehicle coming from the left hand?
Well, because what you're doing is you're not only sort of going into the road and stopping. You've actually got to go into the road and you've got to then pick up speed. So you need that extra time.
I need extra time.
You need extra time, yeah.
Why do I need this extra time?
Well, you need this extra time because you want to build up your speed and you don't want to cause a hindrance or be an obstruction to the cars that are approaching you from the left.
So I mustn't force these cars coming from my left to do what?
Swerve or slow.
Oh, right.
Okay, because if you get them to swerve or slow down, if you get them to swerve to avoid you, it's possible they could come into oncoming traffic.
Okay.
And if you get them to slow down, it's possible the car behind them might go into them. So that's the consequences of you pulling out and getting them to slow or swerve.
Okay. Should we try that in a minute?
Yeah, let's try that. Totally, that rule went out the window there.
That's all right. And we're going to turn right at the end of the road.
Okay, Tony, so we're going to turn right at the end of this this junction here. So just remind me, what rule are you going to use to assess whether it's safe for you to turn right here? That's another thing you've got to avoid, cutting your corners. Okay, so just hold the car
if I've got a car coming from the right,
yep. How would you know it's safe for you to emerge if there's a car?
I'm crossing the path, haven't I?
You're crossing the path.
So I've got to be able to walk over there.
So you've got to be able to walk from this side over to that side without making sure that, if you can do that without the cars...
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got to let you say it. Go on.
Yeah, just keep an eye on that vehicle behind you.
Okay.
And I've got a car coming from the left. I'm going to be going into their path, so I've got to make sure I've got time to walk across and walk back again.
That's right.
Which I'm going to say I have.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So you've got a car coming there.
Yeah.
You think you could have walked across and back
Yeah.
there? Excellent. That's good. Okay, Tony. So I'd like you to talk me through the next junction, please.
Oh, okay.
So I just want to see if you're getting the hang of this. And If you are, then I'll hand it over to you and we'll proceed.
And we're going to turn right.
And we're going to turn right at the end of this junction, please, Tony. So just remind me of how you're going to judge whether it's safe for you to emerge or not.
No, I'm going to use that walk across, drive across thingy, am I?
Okay, so what rule are you going to use for turning right and for traffic coming on the right hand side
I'm
first?
crossing their path, so if I can walk from here over to there,
Yeah.
then I should be able to go, yeah?
Okay, and for traffic on the left?
Oh, I should be able to walk across and walk back again so I don't force them to slow, swerve or swear at me, innit?
Excellent. Okay,
So I
Tony.
can see it's all
So just
clear.
tell me, what are the consequences of you getting crossing the path of oncoming traffic and getting them to swerve or slow?
Well, they might hit me, won't they?
Yeah, pretty much. Is that the only consequence, or maybe they wouldn't hit you? What if they swerved?
And they might hit somebody else.
They might hit someone else. Yeah.
Or they might give me that Winston Churchill song, man.
They might well do that. Yeah, and that wouldn't be
we're
very
going to
nice.
turn right.
And we're going to turn right here, Tony. Yeah. So, how do you feel about emerging out of junctions now?
Yeah, I've got to better understand that walk across, drive across thing is good, isn't it?
Yes.
Makes sense.
Okay. Now that's a rule that also applies when you're turning right into junctions, but I don't want to go there, do I?
Yeah.
Because that's not my subject.
Have a can of worms, Manz. There's a can on the back seat.
Yeah. No, don't go there. Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
That's right. Carry on. Okay, Tony, so I'm going to hand that over to you now.
All right.
And I
we're
will
gonna
keep an eye
turn
on
right.
it, and we're going to turn right here.
Manz, we're going to turn right, please.
And we're going to turn right here, please, Tony. Okay, Tony, just a quick question. Why have you stopped so short of the giveaway line?
Just to make sure I don't encroach, innit?
Yeah, okay. Are you aware of any reference points that you can use? Sorry, what are the dangers of you stopping that far behind the giveaway line, Tony?
I always notice it's harder to see, I don't know why. And it takes me ages to get to the junction then, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay. The reason why it's taking you so long to see, Tony, is because you're stopping so far behind the giveaway line.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm worried about stopping over the line. My instructor's always banging on that I must never stop over the white line.
Yeah, and has he given you a reference point for actually finding out where that giveaway line is?
I think I might have had one, but I think I've just forgotten it now.
Yeah, okay. Well, where does the giveaway line cut into your mirror, your car?
Oh, it's up there.
Up there at the moment. Okay, so you're still probably a bit far back. So if you can just roll the car forward, move the car forward a touch, and just stop there for me.
Yeah.
Okay, where does the white line cut into your car at the moment?
Just by the door mirror. Yeah.
Okay, well, Tony, that's your reference point for making sure you're not over the the giveaway line.
Yeah.
It's important that you use that reference point, because if you were any further over, then you would be encroaching the central carriageway, and that would be a hazard to cars approaching you from the right hand side, because they might have to swerve around you, and the consequences of that are that they might end up going into the car over there, the parked car, or even if there was cars coming from the opposite direction,
right, yeah.
that you might cause an accident. Okay, so it's important that you use that reference point in future